about sign. That's coming from the heart.
Yeah, that's genuine. Yeah. I have real love for people.
Yes, because you are one of the hardest working people in showbiz, and you give so much of yourself. And there was something that you didn't even know the cameras were rolling. You just spoke from the heart, and almost 60 million people have seen this. Let's take a look at it right now.
Eventually, you are going to have to jump. You cannot just exist in this life. You have got to try to live. If you are waking up thinking that there's got to be more to your life than it is, man, believe that it is.
So this was just impromptu. You were there on your show, and you were speaking to the audience, and that's what your book that's out today, Jump, is based on?
Yeah, because, you know, whenever people see me live, you know, I'm in the laugh business, and so we spend the whole time laughing, but before they walk away, I try to say something meaningful to people that they can hang their hat on, because life ain't always funny. You know, everybody wants to be happy and everybody wants to be successful, and I figured that out, you know. I figured out how to do it from the bottom up, you know, with nothing coming out of the dirt. And it's just a series of principles, and once you master the principles, you can become very successful and very happy with your life. And so after that, I can't tell you how many people say, well, Steve, when do I jump? When I jump, what happens? When I take that leap of faith, what do I do? So I wrote the book.
And it is so you. It is quintessential Steve Harvey. It is heartfelt. It is funny. It is common sense. And you talk about how you've had 11 jobs. You flunked out of Kent State. Yeah. You lived in your car for a time. So talk about those jumps that you made.
I mean, you know, look, I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was waking up going, you know what, look, man, this can't be my life. There's no way God made me just to be this. I got to do something. And so October 8th, 1985, I walked in a comedy club and I won amateur night, $50. I went to work the next day and quit my job, because I had found it. This is what I was born to do. I wasn't supposed to work in the factory. There's nothing wrong with it. I just wasn't supposed to, not for me.
Right.
And when I took that leap of faith, it cost me a lot. And, you know, I stumbled. I became homeless after a while. You know, a couple of the other things went, not a couple, but 500,000 things went wrong. And then you look up today and a lot of stuff is going right. But it only gets to go right if you jump.
Yeah, and that's what you have done repeatedly. And something that I've always appreciated about you and reading your book, there's no such thing as failure. It's lessons. And you even talked about the lesson that you learned, the Miss Universe pageant, and what happened there.
I mean, that was crazy for me, you know, that was, but what had happened, you know, man, I had been asking God to increase my global persona, because I have business outside the country, and I was asking God to increase my global persona. After I said the wrong name, 48 hours later, my name had been Googled 4 billion times.
Careful what you pray for.
So, you know, I didn't appreciate the way he gave it to me.
But it's so good. You don't shy about talking about it in the book, and you owned it. You owned up to because of your mom and your daddy. And you didn't have to go back out there and admit you made a mistake.
They told me we'll fix it tomorrow. It wasn't really something I did on my own. I can read very well. I read and said what they told me to say. And then when it went bad, I went back out there because the Miss Philippines, she won't get her glory that night.
Right.
And I walked back out there. I didn't want to walk out there. You know what I mean? But I've learned in facing your challenges, they're not as daunting as they seem.
And you have a 21-day jump challenge where you want everybody to live the life that they deserve. And we have somebody here. You have a question. Is this Danita? You have a question for Steve?
Yes, Steve. Good morning. How do you make the jump from corporate America to starting your own business for those that want to do that?
I mean, you know, look, here's the number one thing people got to understand. There is no perfect time. There's no perfect day. You can't wait till you get all your ducks lined up in a row. There is none of that. Sometimes the jump comes in the form of a push. You know, sometimes a company just come in and lay you off. Now you in the air and you really didn't jump, just somebody just came in and just shot you off the cliff. So I would say, look, whenever you get the feeling that, look, there's got to be more, you have to go. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be. If it was a perfect time, we'd all know when to do it.
And don't think that people who are successful don't feel fear. Everyone fears fear, and
God
everyone
almighty.
always thinks that, oh, it's so perfect.
No.
You just do it anyway.
I'm afraid a lot of times. I jumped today. I'm afraid a lot of times. But what helps me with the fear is now. Whenever I feel like doing something, I do now. They don't give me time to worry about it, figure out how it ain't gonna work, you know, cop out, get talked out of it. I just go now, you know, and get my clothes tore off a little bit until that wind get up under that parachute.
Until you like pull the string on that.
Yeah.
And we're going to see you. Showtime and Apollo's coming back. Yes.
back tonight.
Yes, tonight.
Tonight on Fox.
Wonderful.
It's a 2-hour special.
Always wonderful. Our love to Marjorie, all your beautiful children, beautiful youth. Thank you. Thank you,
No,
Steve
thank
Harvey.
you. You laid me out.
Yeah.
Get the book. The book is banging. I'm telling you.
Take the jump. Take the jump. The book Jump is out.